Hey, what's up guys, it's Scares here. Now our first story of today comes from the massive YouTuber and streamer known as Pokimane. So as you guys know, Pokimane is one of the top streamers on Twitch, and a few months ago we talked about how she actually said here that she was going to create a donation cap for her Twitch stream. So you can only donate up to $5 on her channel, and Pokimane has always been vocal about people donating a lot of money to big streamers. She feels like it's wrong to donate huge amounts of money to big streamers because they already have a lot of money. Well, just a few days ago, Pokimane actually called out big streamers for having sub goals on their streams. She says here that it's greedy and that it's not necessary. Just watch this.
People who have like 50k subs and they're like, let's get 51k. I hate saying potentially controversial stuff or telling people what to do, but I do personally find that a little bit off-putting. To think like you make so much money and you must be very, very well aware of this as being such an easy and clear marketing tactic to try to convince people to give you even more money. That's crazy. Is that really necessary? It's just really not. It's not necessary. Again, this is not at any particular individual. It's just my personal opinion on doing that or not doing that. I guess the other thing for me is like, there's greediness. There's wanting to just accumulate a lot of wealth, which, you know what? I don't even think that's a bad thing. But then there's like, you have to consider the fact that when you're streaming, a lot of the wealth that you are accumulating is from other people's pockets. Typically people that make less money than you. That's why, like, if I don't need the money to sustain myself, I don't want to further incentivize or try to use these little marketing things to like squeeze just a little bit more money out of people. Again, just feels like unnecessary.
So Pokimane didn't call out any specific creator on her stream here, but obviously she's calling out someone, and a lot of big streamers have their sub goals and sub counts on their streams, so you had a lot of viewers that were actually telling big streamers that Pokimane was calling them out. Now the streamer known as Hassan has a ton of subscribers on Twitch, okay? He's one of the top streamers, and he has over 40,000 subs, and he has his sub goal displayed on his screen here when he's streaming, just like what Pokimane was saying. So you had a lot of viewers come into Hassan's stream saying here that Pokimane was calling him out, and he immediately responded here saying that he needs to have his sub count on his stream or else people will get mad at him. Just watch this.
Poki called you and Miskiff out? No, dude. I know. I've like, what, you guys think this is the first time I fucking talked about having a sub count? Like, you guys think this is my first rodeo? Like, fuck you mean? I've literally talked about it like a million times. People say I'm fucking fake leftist Andy all the goddamn time. If I don't have the sub count up, then oh dude, I can't believe you're fucking hiding your sub count like you're a fucking piece of shit. Why have the sub goal? It's the only way to show on the Streamlabs OBS.
So this started a huge debate in the community about whether this is okay for large streamers to continue to use these marketing tactics to make even more money, even though these guys are already making millions of dollars. I mean, they're making tons of money off of their streams. I mean, if you have 50,000 subs on your stream, you are making a lot of money. Now, the next story for today's video comes from Ethan Klein from H3H3. Now, for those of you who don't know, Ethan was recently sued from Jake Paul's event organizer known as Triller because he said on his podcast that he pirated the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren pay-per-view. And this lawsuit actually seemed like a pretty big deal. I mean, it looked like they were threatening hundreds of thousands of dollars and potential jail time. So Keemstar and other big YouTube commentators were poking fun at Ethan, saying that he might go to jail. Now, for those of you guys who don't remember, a few years ago, Ethan was sued because he had made a video reacting to another YouTuber's video, and everyone in the community came together and financially supported Ethan for this lawsuit, and he ended up actually winning. Well, Ethan responds to all of these YouTubers saying that he's going to jail on his recent podcast, and he brings up this fair use lawsuit. This has around 100,000 views on Twitter. Just watch this.
People apparently who don't like me just celebrating that I'm going to jail. I was like, wow, yes. Well, Keemstar and all of his like lackeys, they're all like, you know, Yeah, copyright infringement. People should go to jail for that. They're like, cool. They're like, oh, it's happening to Ethan? Yeah, I believe copyright infringement should go to jail. People who spend their whole fucking lives using the fair use case that I fucking sweat and died for. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, Keemstar responded again to Ethan, and he says that he is still in the wrong because he pirated the pay-per-view and he was so open about it on his podcast. Just watch this.
You can't be serious, okay? Okay, I got around to watching what, Ethan Klein, H3H3, had to say about, him being sued by Triller for pirating the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight and rebroadcasting the Ben Askren versus Jake Paul fight. And, he was basically saying, I can't believe that the commentators, Keemstar's, all his buddies, all his little lackeys, I can't believe that they're jumping up and down supporting the fact that I'm going to prison because they rely on fair use, something that I did. I gave fair use to the world, because of his first lawsuit. Yeah, bro, I'm sorry. How do I break this down to you? When you won the fair lawsuit, case that didn't give you the fucking right to pirate pay-per-view events, This is like, dude, back in the day, H3H3 and Hila, you were the good guys. You did stuff for the community. We applauded you. We donated money. I gave you $2,000, Ethan, to fight the first lawsuit you were involved in. This is completely different, all right? YouTube boxing is a very important event that happens here on YouTube. It helps the whole ecosphere of the community, right? The event happens, we all watch it, we all talk about it, we make videos on it. It's like a great thing. Why are you pirating it? Why are you promoting the idea of pirating it? Why are you rebroadcasting it? You didn't have to do any of this nonsense.
Well, it turns out that the company that was suing Ethan, known as Triller, is dropping the lawsuit against Ethan. That's right, they're actually dropping all the defendants of this lawsuit except for another channel called Film Daily.
H3H3 is not being sued because the court has dropped them as a defendant. So at this moment, the only defendant in this lawsuit is Film Daily.
So our next story for today comes from the YouTubers known as Nikki and Dan. Now these guys make videos on their family, and one of the people in their family was their dog, okay? Their dog has been there for years and years. They've had him ever since he was young, and these guys obviously love their dog, right? They made a lot of videos with him, but earlier this week, they made a video saying that they had sad news, and they say here that they had to put down their own dog because he was being aggressive towards their kid. Just watch this.
There was one incident that happened. Bowser got Logan in the face, and it actually happened 20 minutes before we were supposed to leave to the airport to go visit her parents. So obviously it wasn't bad, but Logan still is
has a little mark.
He's still healing up from a little mark on his face from Bowser's little, we call him his dolphin teeth. So,
and it happened in a way that, like, I mean, it almost doesn't matter because the end result was the same. But in the spirit of telling the story, it wasn't like Bowser attacked Logan. Just like you said, it was like
defensive.
Yeah, Logan tried to take food from him, and thinking that, like, God willing, we have more children, well, then it's going to start all over again. And then who knows what kind of chaos is going to be there with 2 kids. Combined with the fact that Bowser is older, combined with the fact that he already got physical on Logan, combined with the fact that he's done this before. It was so much.
Yeah, it's not like we scheduled him to get put down the day we got back from vacation.
No. We hadn't even thought about it still when we left. We were just like, Bowser's got to get out of here. He's got to be rehomed. Like, this is not the appropriate home for him. And like I said, it was that conversation with that woman that was like, you guys, you can't.
Well, we were out the door, right? And in the moment, I'm thinking, I grew up with the movie Old Yeller, and I wanted to pick Bowser up by the back of the neck and take him into the backyard and put him down right there.
So the entire YouTube community is absolutely furious with Nikki and Dan here because these guys literally called their dog their first child. They called him their first kid. They said he was an angel, and now they're actually putting him down because he had an aggressive incident with their kid. And over the last week, many YouTubers have been calling these guys out, saying that what they did was messed up and that they went way too far by putting him down like that.
One of the trainers that I spoke to today said that 99.999% of dogs can be rehabbed. Dogs that have bitten people's faces off. I have a friend who works with a rescue all the time. She's met dogs that have, severe, like literally ripped a face off, who have ripped limbs off, hands off. And these dogs are rehabbed and they are treated for their trauma. They are treated for their stress, and they are able to live a happy, healthy, and regular life. Like, it is possible if you put the time and the energy. You don't even need the money. And this YouTube couple has the money. They have access to any trainer that could have rectified this situation.
Well, this story gets even more insane because people found old Instagram stories from them where they are seen here teasing their dog, and people feel like them antagonizing their dog like this taught him to be more aggressive.
Oh my god.
People then found an older video of Nikki and Dan where they said that they are giving up adopting a kid from Thailand because they can't use the child in their YouTube videos. Just watch this.
So I asked her that, and she was like, well, yes, but also Thailand has its own law that's unique to it, that after you pick up your child and they're your child, you are not allowed to talk about them or share any images, photos, videos, anything about them online for a year.
Yeah, and that...
So...
I mean, Nikki's got a YouTube channel where we share a whole lot.
Wait, hold on. When that hit, we literally were like...
Yeah.
What?
So almost the entire YouTube community has been speaking out against these YouTubers recently. They are extremely upset with them, and actually someone started a petition to demonetize their YouTube channel. And this petition has made over 30,000 signatures in only a few days. Now, the next story for today comes from Twitch. So recently there's been a huge trend on Twitch where streamers will sit in a hot tub in a bikini in their living room or in their bedroom, and they will stream themselves sitting there writing names down on themselves. If you donate to them, they'll write down your name on them, or they'll put it on a whiteboard behind them or something close to them. And many people feel like this is breaking Twitch's terms of service when it comes to sexually suggestive content. But we have not seen any of these hot tub streamers get banned until today. So just today, actually, one of these hot tub streamers was banned. Now, her name is Hydra, and she is a well-known Twitch streamer, and just tonight she did a hot tub stream, and it looked like she had twerked or something, and it was just for a brief moment, but Twitch ended up banning her. That's right, so she is actually one of the first hot tub streamers to get banned from Twitch. Now, honestly, we can't show you any more of her stream here just because I don't think it would be allowed on YouTube, and she responded saying, "Good luck being black and being a streamer on Twitch. I do the exact same content that YouTube girls do, but yet I get banned and they don't. Beyond disappointing, this isn't okay." So she is claiming that she was being discriminated against by Twitch. And EXO did get a lot of backlash over this because people felt like she should not have gotten a temporary ban and she should have been permanently banned. But at the same time, there are many other hot tub streamers that are doing the same exact thing that she was doing. And it makes a lot of people ask, why was she banned but these other streamers weren't? Is it because they were bigger streamers? And actually, some female streamers are coming out right now and saying that all hot tub streamers should be banned. Now, our final story for today comes from the huge streamer and YouTuber known as Lucky. So this guy recently went on a stream and said here that his cousin actually killed a 5-year-old girl. And this was on the local news. Lucky tweeted out saying some horrible news. "My cousin, who was like a brother to me growing up, hit another vehicle in a high-speed police chase while intoxicated, killing a 5-year-old girl. I've had no contact with him for years, but my family knew that he was regularly involved in criminal activity. My condolences go out to the family of the child. The only difference between his upbringing and mine was that he got involved in drugs at a young age. If there is anything to learn from this, is to stay away from drugs. You'll ruin your life and others too. So sad." And Lucky spoke about this on a stream here.
I never had any brothers or sisters growing up, but I did have a cousin, and my cousin's name was Jesse Allen Bennett. He was like a brother to me growing up. We grew up at similar ages. He's 33 now, I'm 31. And we had very similar upbringings up until around the teenage years, in which I moved to another state. At that point in time, after I moved to another state, he continued down a path of criminal activity, constantly going to jail and getting in trouble with the law time and time and time again. My family knew about this, I knew about this, and I obviously went down a different path. And now, fast forward, it's been 20 years since we were close friends and were like brothers as children. And recently, my cousin Jesse was fleeing from the police because he had previous charges in Oregon. He fled to Reno, Nevada. And while he was in Reno, Nevada, he was driving around and the police identified him. They identified his license plate. And so they went to pull him over to arrest him for his warrant. As they went to pull him over, he began a high-speed police chase while he was under the influence. And inside the vehicle, he also had drugs that he was looking to sell. And while he was fleeing from the police, he actually ran a red light and T-boned a car, and it killed a 5-year-old girl in the process. Simply put, stuff like this just doesn't happen every day, and it's absolutely horrible to see what Jesse has caused to this family. And the purpose that I'm making this video is that I want to do a charity stream to raise funds for the funeral costs and for whatever this family needs as they go through this grieving process of losing their 5-year-old daughter.
So obviously this was not Lucky's fault at all, but he still felt bad about this, and he got in contact with the family of this little girl and did a charity stream where they raised over $20,000 for this little girl's family. And Lucky tweeted out yesterday saying the family friend that I was working with called the mother just now and told her how much we raised. She cried tears of joy hearing the news. We did a good thing today. Thank you. And that's it for our video today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you later. Peace.